September 26th. Garden update. I think we technically have 2 more weeks of decent weather before that frost hits. Zone 6A calls for first frost October 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. I say the 10th. And this weekend looks like it's going to be promising as far as weather goes. Got a lot of tomatoes to harvest today. I skipped my Tuesday recording because I was busy trimming lots of tomatoes because I need all the energy to go into producing red on these tomatoes because I had so many greens just sitting there. These marigolds are something else. Bee balm, obviously, she's done. And we don't even have any little pieces hanging out. So no more visitors, but lots of new growth coming. Lots of new growth. 2 pumpkins from the pumpkin I didn't plant. And 5 pie pumpkins from the plant that I didn't pop the seed in myself. This echinacea is still trying to go. And this is our first tomatillo. And we have at least 3 more producing down here. We'll see what we can harvest. These are the marigolds that I like. I'll collect the seeds from that. I can't believe this was my first tomato I was able to harvest this year. This Black Beauty? No. Anyways, it's a nice little Roma tomato. Midnight Roma. And she's been kicking out all summer long. As you can see, I got a basket ready. I'm sure we'll fill that up. And then some. Parsley's just been excellent this year. Chili plant, getting her red finally on the lower stems. Swiss chard looking gorgeous back there. The cilantro. And there's another tomatillo. Onions. Should I pull them this year? I'm not sure. I like to keep them for just the flowers. But yeah, so I trimmed all my tomato plants and these trees so I could get more sun in, as I'm recognizing that since we have from west to eastern planted garden beds, that they don't get as much sun as they would really like. Ideally, you want to do a north-south for the majority of the sun, but we do what we can and we learn from it. Lots of seeds popping out here from that one radish we didn't pick. We got some lilac bushes been looking to plant all year. Celeriac, well, I've been talking about that for a while. Gonna have to get a hold of my aunt who says she has a great recipe for it. So many squash. I love winter squash. This is the first time I've grown it in these beds, in this garden. And I love how long they last. And just the amount of fruit it gives. I have at least 4 different hard squashes out here this year in just this section. This is my prize winner right here. Green beans, which were yellow wax beans that never turned yellow. We're buying a different type next year, or planting another one. I already bought them. Lima beans. We've been waiting and waiting and waiting. I think it's about time. I can't even focus there. It's about time to harvest these. I hear it's a lot of labor, My mom used to do them when I was a kid, and I've never really taken the time, but I am this year apparently. I got some more parsley amongst the tomatoes and rhubarb, which will be our first harvest next year. It's beautiful. Beautiful sunflower amongst some weeds that I let grow. Lamb's quarter. I'm going to collect some seeds here. This said it was tree of heaven is what I identified as. It looks like a sumac to me. And then, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is just like mustard that I should pull a weed, and broccoli that never did what it was supposed to. Just keeps kicking leaves out. But at least it didn't die when I had those worms that I had to treat for a lot of stuff. You can say I planted some radishes here. Talked about that last week. Like poinsettia. Beautiful oregano. Flowers planted about here and there. Sweet potatoes. Come on, guys, we got a couple weeks. Wonder if I should dump a bucket and see what we got. My reds are still kind of green. The russets and the yellows are kind of have died off. So maybe we'll be dumping one of these buckets this weekend. It's supposed to be nice. But the tomatoes back here didn't do so hot because the lack of sun, I'm sure. And a couple back here that are red. I was hesitant, I guess, was so busy trimming so many tomato plants. Maybe I should cut those back as well. The yellow zucchini, yellow squash, summer squash did absolutely nothing but grow and give me hundreds of these. No fruit all year, 2 plants. Got some parsnips and carrots growing in here. And 1, 2, 3. Nope, I'm not sure what that is, but these are eggplants that will never produce that were in my parsnip seeds. Another tomatillo. I think there's 3 of these I didn't even plant. There's a squash, which I thought was a cantaloupe. Yep, but we got some nice acorn squash. And the carrots and my honeydew. That's the biggest one. Not sure about that. Look at this, even a little baby. A for effort. So that's my garden update. Oh yes, the cucumbers, just finishing those up. We won't do 3 different kinds in the bed next year. We've got maybe 2 that we'll plant. We got a couple still going. Some amaranth that I planted a couple weeks ago. We'll see if that even takes off. Some chicory. Yeah, I'm not seeing much evidence of the things that I planted 2 weeks ago. Eggplant, she wants to give us just a few more before the season is done. Again, zone 6A. They say October 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Yeah, that window is when we're supposed to get that first frost or potential. I'm saying the 10th. That's my guess for this year. So, gotta plant some garlic soon. That'll be going in the ground. And, well, now it's time for me to harvest. I don't think I'll pick any of these peppers today. They're nice and firm, and they're gonna turn red, yellow, orange. If I need one, I guess I'll just take a green, but Look at that, we even got a hider. These marigolds, pretty wild. Oh, and one more zucchini, even though my other two zucchini plants died off. Even got a couple beets there to pick. Yep. So, all in all, it's been a great year. And look at that. I look forward to gardening again next year. And hopefully we'll have a much more productive year with what we've learned this year. That's it.